Hi, in this video, I'll be walking through the creation of the simple bank account system using OOP. In this video, I'll mainly focus on these two parts, which are the initialization of the attributes and creating the setter methods. So, to start off, we have to create the object with the simple one-liner as shown, which is class, and followed by the name of the object, which is account in this case. Next, we have to define the init method, which is a special method also known as a constructor, which is automatically called whenever the object is created. Its main purpose is to initialize the attributes of the account or the object in this case. So within the parameters, we have to include self, which is a parameter which refers to the instance of the class itself and is used to access and modify the instance's attributes and invoke other methods. So this basically just points or tells the code that we want to access and modify the the object's attributes. So in this case, we are initializing the attributes. So other than the self parameter, we have the account number and the balance. We do not need to add in a transaction history because it is almost always initialized as an empty list. So to set the attributes, we simply have to do it as shown. So self, which is the account, dot account number, which is the property or the attribute, we set it to our first parameter, account number. This will be the same for the balance. So the self parameter can be ignored when we add in the parameters, when we create the account object. And then for our transaction history, we initialize it as an empty list. Next, let's create our setter methods, which are deposit and withdraw. So like the initialize method, we have to include the self parameter always for any method in this under the class. So our self and our amount would be the second parameter. So first we have to check if our amount is greater than or equal to 0. If it is, we simply have to modify the balance and add it to the balance. And then we can record the transaction using a method which I'll be going through in another video, which basically just appends it to the transaction history list, and then we can return deposited. Else, if it's less than 0, we can return valid amount. Next, we have the withdraw method, which we can set as self, the amount, similar parameters as deposit, and we can copy most of its code, but we have to change some of it. So in this case, to withdraw the count, we first have to check if the amount greater than 0, else is whether amount. In addition to that, we have to check if first we have to check if our amount is it's greater than our self balance. If it is, we return insufficient funds, and we have to simply change some of this code throw this minus, and we are done. Thank you.